Masculinity is some hard fucking shit, bro. If you want to be a man in today's world, you've got to be a hard motherfucker. Because all of the odds are stacked against us. Every thing in our environment is calling us to be simps, is calling us to be soft, weak, selling out, looking for the next hit, looking for the next high, lusting over the next girl. There's half-naked women everywhere, and all they want is your attention. All they want is your attention. And if you give it to them, you're instantly becoming weaker. I don't even look at women, bro. People think I'm harsh. People think I'm taking this shit too seriously, but I think you're a pussy. I think if you're looking at women so you can get a little dopamine hit, you're a pussy. I think if you're giving your attention away for free to a woman just because she happens to have a nice body, you're a pussy. Stop it. Stop being a bitch. Stop looking at women. They'll hate it. They'll hate it and they'll love you. They'll hate it and they'll be attracted to you. They'll hate it and they'll want to fuck you. That should motivate you a little bit more. Stop looking at women. Take all that energy that you've been pissing away through your eyes, sending out your energy, sending out your energy, sending out your energy all day at every woman who happens to walk by, every woman who happens to flash up on your Instagram or your Facebook, your YouTube or your TikTok or whatever the fuck you use to waste your time. Take back all of that energy. Stop thinking about women. Bro, I don't even think about women anymore. I think about my wife, but not even in sexual fantasy anymore. Because I know it just leads me back into the fucking rabbit hole. The V hole. It just pulls me back into the vortex of fantasizing. It's like, oh, I'm just going to have a little fantasy about my wife. Next minute, I'm just going to have a little fantasy about my wife plus another woman together. Next minute, there I am just fantasizing again. Just giving myself those hits. Just wasting my time and energy in sexual fantasy. Meanwhile, I could have been pouring all that energy into a project, into my business, into these videos. That energy could have literally translated into thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of dollars. That's what it translates into over time. It's compound interest. So you can compound interest your way into hell through just these small little innocent fantasies which you think aren't hurting anyone. Or you can compound interest yourself into heaven by retaining the energy, by charging your electromagnetic field, by giving your brain that powerful Jesus juice, because you're not directing it down into your ballsack anymore. You're drawing it up into your brain. Now you're having brilliant ideas and insights. And now everyone wants a piece of you. Everyone wants a piece of the man with a semenized brain, because that's the man who's giving birth to God within. You see, it's very simple. Listen to this. Just fucking listen to what I'm saying. You can go two ways. You can use the reproductive energy, the sexual energy, to produce another human being. Now, evolutionarily speaking, if you watch the film Lucy, starring Scarlett Johansson, you will see Morgan Freeman giving an exposition in an evolutionary biology class about how organisms have two options. They can either reproduce and thus pass on their genes, pass on information through their children, or they can live forever. Literally, that's what he says in this movie. An evolutionary biologist. These movies are giving you hints. They're giving you little clues. These films that get produced in Hollywood are getting produced, giving you little insights into the esoteric occult magic behind all of these mega corporations, behind all of these mega powers of the world, including mainstream entertainment, which is a hypnosis organization designed to program you to live a certain way, to be a slave, right? But they give you clues. They leave breadcrumbs so that you can wake up, and they can offset their karma because they're enslaving people by the billions. But if they offset their karma by telling you what they're doing, then their karma isn't so severe. So pay attention to this shit, because it's not just a movie. It's telling you esoteric occultic secrets, one of which is semen retention. So Morgan Freeman says an organism, to pass on its genes, to pass on information, to move through the test of time, it can either reproduce and pass on its genes, pass on information that way, or it can live forever. It can choose reproduction or immortality. So when you forego this impulse to fuck everything that moves, to be in this continuous cycle of reproduction, and you start transmuting that energy into your brain, you are on the path of immortality, eternal life. You are semenizing, vitalizing yourself. Instead of vitalizing a woman's womb, you are impregnating yourself. And when you impregnate yourself with your own semen, this shit sounds crazy, I know, you are going to give birth, in occultic, esoteric terms, to the divine child. This is the Christ child. Bro, I tried to make a video before this just talking about more generalized SR benefits and do this, don't do that kind of shit, but it always comes back to this. It just keeps coming back to this. I can't help myself. This is really what I'm interested in. It's not women benefits, because that's just dragging you back down the path of lust. You will get women benefits, especially if you stop caring about the women benefits. If you bring the energy back to yourself and you walk this path and happen to find a priestess who you can practice tantra with, and you commit to her, she needs to be a wife. She can't just be some fucking half-baked lover that you found at a pub that you just felt attracted to. She has to be your wife. This shit has to be a spiritual contract. If you don't make a spiritual contract with her consciously, you'll be making one with her unconsciously, and you'll be absorbing all of the negative energy from all of her past and future and current lovers, okay? So don't just be banging some random hoe thinking you're practicing tantra and getting enlightened. It's not going to happen. You're going to go to hell. You're going to get dragged down to her frequency and the frequency of all the other guys that she's hooking up her energy cords with. This shit's real, bro. It's not a game. It's real. So do that. Set your intention to find a wife and practice sexual alchemy with her. Other than that, stop lusting, stop fantasizing. When you're in the act with your woman, sure, be present in the act. Sure, love your wife, but don't let yourself be wandering all the time. Don't let your thoughts be wandering. Like, you don't need to do that. Be present with what you're doing now, and you'll do it with excellence, and you'll start making way more money. You'll be able to name your price whenever you show up to a job, or whenever you have a prospective new client. You'll just be able to name your price and people will say yes, because they can feel your confidence. They can feel your authenticity. They can feel your integrity. That shit cannot be faked. It's either there or it's not. It's instantly felt. It's authority. So retain it. Retain it, retain it, retain it. We need to make a song that I can sing about retention. All right? Someone post the lyrics to that song in the comment section below. Retain it, practice Tantra, practice alchemy, fucking stop watching all these other videos about female attraction. Just ignore all that shit. Focus on yourself, circulating and raising the energy. And if God wills it, connecting with a wife, marrying her, practicing Tantra, and giving birth to the Christ child within. When you seminize your brain through raising the energy, you will give birth to the God mind, to the higher mind. This is real. You can spend years and years studying all of the occult paths, all of the esoteric writings, and it all leads back to this, giving birth to God within. That's enlightenment, realizing that you are God. You are not the ego. You are not the identification with the separate body and mind. You are God experiencing a body and mind. That's what you're going to realize. When you realize that, you'll know that you're invincible. All of your fears will be gone. All of your struggles, all of your pains, it'll just evaporate. You'll be in perfect bliss. You'll be back in the original state that you always longed for, that you were secretly longing for through all of these activities you've been doing your whole life, through all this chasing. That's all that you really want. That's a deep freezer in the back of my van here, because I'm going to start buying entire cows and taking my bodybuilding to another level. I've gained 21 kilos of mass since January. That's just a bit less than 4 months. And I'm not slowing down. Yeah, there's a little bit of fat, but it's mostly muscle, baby. See you at the top.